It's like oh gosh, dude. Now I don't know. You know how I start talking and I don't think about what I'm about to say?
Yeah.
I'm doing that right now.
Anos.
On a Okay, okay.
How,
I didn't
how do
want
they
to.
pronounce it in the dub?
I don't remember, but I'm looking at the spelling and I was like, I don't want to call this man. There's a reset button. It's right there in the middle of the
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Flip the switch. You're tipping hats. You're like, yes,
Yes. Good day, sir.
yeah, yes or no, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. You got manners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It took this man. Dang, Joe Angel, you did it, Joe Angel. All right, I get the show now. I get it
Yeah. There you go.
now.
I should be working for Netflix.
Yeah, work for Netflix, man. Get this man on a synopsis. Hey, you're making jokes. I learned how to do some stretches, some exercise. You're looking at my algorithm. Are you getting? That's probably what it is. You're seeing my algorithm
See
from the reels, and you're like, why is someone
yeah.
suggesting how to stretch your hamstrings? Or all right,
All right, here we go. Misfit of Demon King Academy. Get
yeah.
ready. Cue up that music. And
Oh yeah,
three,
hey, play it.
2, and 1. Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Me Pod. It's me, Jojo, with my co-host Sal, and we are back in our third week of longest titles ever, guys. And I think this may be one of the longest titles we've ever found.
You're gonna have to read it all out for me because my pencil
Yeah.
broke in the middle of it. I refused. I
So right,
refused to write anything else down. But
lit.
yeah, here are my notes. Nothing. I got nothing.
Nothing.
I just quit. I was like, forget it. Forget it. By the
Forget
way,
it.
Joe Angel,
Yes.
Anime Me is a podcast where we teach you how to love and watch anime one episode at a time. Tell them about the long title, bro.
Boom. Tell them about the long title. This one's gonna take some couple minutes because
Yeah, yeah. Take a deep breath.
it is called. Hang on, let me get a drink real quick because I'm gonna need it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we are watching today the Misfit of Demon King Academy, history's strongest demon king, reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants.
They could have just
Done.
called it. They could have. Here's a new title. I got a new title for it. It's not gonna be. It doesn't fall
Go.
in our same category because it's gonna be short. The
Yeah.
Wizard of Waverly Place. The Wizard of
Anyways.
Waverly Place. They'll get it whenever we get to chatting
Wizard.
about it.
They'll
The
get
Wizard.
it.
I mean,
They'll get it.
this man is the Wizard King. Okay.
The Wizard King. Man. And it's kind of hilarious because what I sent you, which was just the Misfit of Demon King Academy,
Uh
which is kind of long in and of itself, that's what they
huh.
shorten it down to. Just the first part.
I mean, they could have just kept going. Just keep going. Like talk about
Yeah,
the
just
rest of
keep
the
going.
episode. Might as well. You already
Just
you
give
already
the
pushed the ball
whole
down
plot right there.
the
Yes.
whole plot. And then he has a family, but you can't tell if they're real or not. And he meets some
No.
girl who's you know I don't know, maybe on the spectrum. I mean, like there's some things that are happening in this. All right. Before we start, you know what? Let me read the rest of the title in the form of the
Go for it.
synopsis here. I'm just kidding. I do
Yeah.
have notes. I have too many notes, Joe Angel.
Too many.
Oh gosh. You know what? I had jumped in about this. You know how I start to talk, Joe Angel, and then I forget
Yeah,
to look before I talk.
yeah.
What is this? What is this dude's name? Is it Arnis?
Anos.
Ano. Okay, okay.
How
I
do,
didn't
how do
want
they
to.
pronounce it in the dub?
You know, I don't remember, but I'm looking at the spelling, and I was like, I don't want to call this man. That's what I got written down. Uh, Valdigold. Valdigold? Valdigold.
Voldemort. We'll
Well,
call him Voldemort.
yeah, we'll just call him Voldemort. Voldemort, the Demon King, killed everything and everybody created. Oh, wait. No, hey, you know what? Now I'm looking at this. So I watched this a little bit ago. Usually I like try to like refresh myself on it, write then I do my notes
Yeah,
on it. I did it the other way around. I watched
yeah.
it, write the notes, and then watched it again.
And again.
So this is a long synopsis. This show loves to be long-winded. So you know what? I think
Oh
I
yeah.
wrote my own synopsis here. So this might not
The
go
South
well.
version. South cut.
Yes, this is the Snyder cut. This is the All right. So Voldemort, the Demon King, killed everything and everybody and created a peaceful world. He comes back 2,000 years later and enters an academy meant to educate those who are viewed as Demon King reincarnations, only to find peace has weakened his descendants and he is labeled as a misfit. It's pretty good, right? I mean, if
Pretty
I could
good.
read better, if I could read my own writing,
If I could
I
read my
could
own
sub
handwriting.
I need to submit this. Did you ever see that thing? It was like a, I don't know if it was real or not, but like somebody who like worked at Netflix was in charge of like putting in synopses or like summaries for movies, and they were putting in
Uh,
some like crazy synopses. Did you not see this? Have you seen this? You
I've
know,
seen
like
that.
you ever see that like describe like is like give me a synopsis for this movie, but like completely
Yeah.
wrong. You ever seen this? We'll find one. I'll find an example and send it to you.
I
But
mean, I've seen a bunch of videos of like where they have people try and guess like NFL team names off the mascot or
uh it's
the
almost the same.
Pokemon, and they're just yeah, it's always the same. They're just making
Yeah, the
up.
Pokemon. I
They,
like the Pokemon
these
one.
these were the people. This was the actual test run for Chat GPT. Was Netflix hiring that person?
It really was. You know, like it's got to be someone's job to write these synopses down, unless
Yeah,
it isn't someone's job, and that's why the synopses aren't great because they're just like, "Oh, just get Steven over there. He ain't doing anything," and he's like,
he ain't doing nothing.
you know, he's over there in the back playing with
the
Play-Doh,
the
and you're
person's
like,
in the back of the VHS or the DVD where it has the
"Uh-huh,
little short synopsis, and they're going
uh-huh."
based off that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But somebody's just barely. They don't give them a whole lot of time to look at it. They're like, "Hey, look at this. All
No,
right, now you're done. try
they're like,
try to
yeah,
write whatever you remember.
fast
Yeah, yeah,
read,
yeah. I
read
know.
it, skim read it, whatever you can. Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
go, go.
his name is Voldemort.
Well,
Well, speaking of fast, this show, I think we've watched other shows, and I've kind of said this about other animes before, but I'm like, this show is really fast. This first episode, there's so much that happens. Wh- I I always love a show that starts with 2,000 years ago, or just like the year is 15 BC. Like they're really,
in a galaxy far, far away.
yeah, yeah. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. They have like so much going on, so much world building that they have to get to, but they kind of like brush past it really quick. He's like 2,000 years ago, a demon king was here, and he I love the way they're like he pretty much destroys everything. This says it in the
Yeah.
synopsis. They also say it in the beginning. He goes, he killed every man and woman. He killed he like broke everyone's spaghetti in half. He stepped on everyone's shoe. Like he did like he, did-
Creased all the Jordans.
he creased all your joints. Like it just everything like the most diabolical of everything. Like just everything. Like just
Everything just
establish that
gone,
everything gone. Like what do you love? What do you love? I like trees. Trees gone. No trees. You
gone.
know, like
No trees,
the
no
Demon
action.
King. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this show because I'm like, he's a Demon King and he's like whoever this guy is super powerful, but then he like decides to establish peace on Earth, but as a Demon King, do you
So
get
it's almost like it's Thanos snapping, everything going,
oh
and then he's restructuring everything.
Joe Angel, you just blew my mind. There you go.
That's what it was. It wasn't Infinity War. It was Endgame because at the Endgame version, Thanos are like, "Well, you know what? I'm just gonna get rid of everything and restart." It's
This
basically
is
that version of Thanos.
yeah, if Thanos succeeded. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Dang, Joe Angel, you did it, Joe Angel. All right, I get the show now. I get it
yeah. There you go.
now.
I should be working for Netflix.
Yeah, work for Netflix, man. Get this man on a synopsis. Get this man on a synopsis machine where you could type synopsises. Uh, what happened? Dude, I have so many things written down, and I technically haven't revisited my notes. So now you and I will read these notes together and kind of figure out what I'm talking about
Yeah.
here. I wrote down.
Decipher them.
Yeah, let's see here. I wrote down. I can't with this owl. The owl. Like, here's what I think would happen. Somebody came in, gave a person their words, that their script,
Their
the
lines.
dialogue,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Give me you know what, just read these out and act it up." And they acted it up, and then didn't realize that they were playing an owl. You know, like they were just like, "Oh, hold him up, I'm a
Hold
bird."
them up. I'm a back.
Hold him up. Wait a minute, something ain't right here. Like I was like, oh well, maybe it's just because I'm watching it in the dub so I could take notes, and then I go back into the sub and listen to the owl's voice, and I'm like, nope, you know, like
They probably gave
you
him a
know,
name like, "Hey, this is your character. You're gonna be
yeah,
the assistant guiding them through the
to
thing." And
the
they're like, "All right, cool,
eh,
yeah."
yeah, easy.
Turns out they're now.
Forgot they were a bird, you know, like Gilbert Godfrey. You know, Gilbert Godfrey plays
Oh man,
Iago
yeah.
in Aladdin. You know, probably the best bird voice acting.
Best bird ever.
The best bird voice acting ever. I mean, I don't know. Maybe since the Owls of Gahul. I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's see here. What else did I write here? Bullies. What up with bullies, man? So he comes in. We start to meet the characters. They kind of tell you who's who, and you see Misha, who's going to an academy. Which, by the way, school, cool. I get it. But if I was the Demon King and I was all powerful. I'm talking like OP, son. Last thing
Oh,
I'm doing is
Pete.
going to school. Going to school? Why? You go to school.
You don't need to go for it.
You don't need school.
Yeah.
Why you need school for? Tell me what I mean. Mark Zuckerberg knew. He took a semester at school and he was like,
Yeah.
"I got this, dog." You
I
know what I'm
don't need
saying?
this. Yeah.
Well, I
I got
got
a
it.
garage. I know what I'm doing.
Get off me! I got a garage. I know what I'm doing. You know, like. Demon King doesn't need school. He don't need schooling unless he's out there to riz up some ladies, which he kind of is. I mean, Misha's like taken with the guy. She's like, "Oh wow." By the way, immediately, like they have a couple like they do the whole school thing where they assess people's powers and all that stuff, and he comes in and like she's everybody's they like people don't get how okay, so let's back up. He sees the bully at the very beginning. The bully's like, "Hey, I'm trying to talk to you here," and he's like, "Shut your mouth, bro." He blows out his fire. The bully's like, oh, I'm on fire, because you use your fire against me." I don't know, he's just like Is nobody
I'm gonna get you
getting?
next time.
Yeah, yeah. What is this bully thinking? And what is anybody else thinking? Like, you see somebody get worked like that, like you go, all right, forget it. Like
And
that's the new.
he wasn't just a bully. He was like part of the royal family.
Yeah, yeah,
And
like
this and Voldemort just walked up and just flicked him like
gave
a
him a
fly,
little.
and everybody's just like, "What?"
Yeah, and not what enough though. That's the issue that I'm like,
Yeah.
do we not see how powerful this guy is? You go, all right, forget it. I think we found the guy. I think we found like
This is guy. Yeah,
school dismissed. Like everybody go home. We found Neo. He's the
he
one.
is the main character. He's the one.
He,
He is him.
we, he, he is him. He is just like everybody else quit. It's like I don't know where we go from here. You like he is there's a lot that happens. They're immediately like I'm telling you like I'm kind of blowing through this, but that's because the show is kind of blowing through this. Like it's really like uh we meet Misha, we meet the bully, we meet Voldemort. He puts his hand on the crystal explodes, it measures their uh their strength, and then next thing you know, we're in a ring and he's in the ring with the bully and he teaches that bully a lesson in front of everybody.
A hardcore lesson.
Like almost too much of a lesson. Like just but the thing is like that's the thing. Like I'm like, if you get bullied and this guy is just like he doesn't get it, like he's got more problems than
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like he needs this, because okay, let me back up a little bit, Joe Angel. I think can I get gangster?
Get gangster.
I'm about to get gangster on you.
Get gangster on.
Let me get gangster on you. Yes, there's some people. I'm old school. Okay, I'm old school. I think that there's some people that need a good old fashioned butt whooping. Okay, there's some people out there walking around, shoulders out, like they got this, and
They
they
didn't
better
get
than
punched in the
everybody.
face.
They hadn't gotten punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? Just like just once, just one
Just
punch,
what?
just like oh snap! Like my nose is
A
very
good old
fragile. Maybe.
punch right on the nose. Yeah.
And then you just straighten up. You're just, yes, sir, no,
Yeah.
sir. You're like, excuse
Yeah.
me,
We call that the reset button right there.
there's a reset button. It's right there in the middle of the
Right there.
face.
Yeah.
Flip the switch. You're tipping hats. You're like, yes, like,
Yes. Good day, sir.
yeah, yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You got manners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It took this man dying at least two or three times because Voldemort puts it to him, like makes a fool of him immediately. And I love this thing that they do at the beginning. He's like, he thinks that he has during this whole interaction, there's like I got this kind of thing. He puts on this armor. He's like, you won't use your powers on me this time. I got this armor. And then the armor doesn't do anything. And then he's like, well, I got this power. And then his power doesn't do anything to him. And then he starts snapping his fingers. Voldemort snaps his fingers, and the man starts exploding and coming back to life. I'm like, at this point, if I'm a student watching this, I'm like, I don't belong here. Like I don't,
I'm
unless they're.
transferring. Can I go to a different school?
I think I'm gonna be an art major. You know what I'm saying? Like that seems more my speed.
Yeah.
I think I'm more of a
I think that's
cook
like the
or
teachers too. It's like being a teacher is like, all right, who's gonna step in? You step in. I ain't stepping in. You step in.
yeah,
It's like
that's
no teachers
exactly
want
what
to step
happened.
in either.
Just let him work it out. Let him
Yeah,
work it out.
he'll
Hit
tire
the
himself
reset
out.
button. Let him tire himself out. Maybe we can reason with him. Like there's no reasoning with this man. He's like the nicest guy ever, too, by the way.
Yeah.
The nicest demon ever. Oh man, there's so much that happens. Let me see what else I wrote down. I wrote down, give this man anything that he wants. Give him anything he wants, whatever he asks for. because he could take it. Let's see here. Oh, I wrote down these parents aren't real. I think that that has to do with his parents, right? Like, so she
Yeah.
like they get into the academy after all this thing. They don't show anything from anybody else, by the way. Like
Yeah.
Misha has like she touches the crystal and they see her power. That's about it. But it's all the Lizard King, and but they both apparently make it into the academy, and he rizzes her up again. He's like, "Come back to my house. We'll have something to eat. Let's celebrate that we won." I'm like, "Hey, yo,
Hey, yo.
the the one. He's all powerful. He's also you got to think he's got the power of Riz. So, and we meet his parents, and they're like, "You've only been alive for a month." What a reveal! This man is 1 month old.
He is 1 month old, already grown up.
Man, this man has grown up. He is over here.
And they don't
So
even
I'm
question it either. That's what it seems like. They didn't even
yeah,
question that.
that's the part I'm like, they're like, my baby's only 1 month old, and look at him go.
Look at him go.
Look at him.
That's my
He's
baby.
walking. That's my baby. This is a baby genius. They should have called this show Baby Genius. I mean,
Baby.
oh my gosh. Um, okay, so I mean, I have some things to say about this show, but I think ultimately what I gotta say about it is, or one of the last things I'll say about the show is so
Go.
like, and maybe you could corroborate this with me or confirm or deny it or something. But the dialogue just seemed like it was just a little hokey for me, a little like kind of like he turns. So the bully ends up like bringing his older brother to the Lizard King. He puts this little like castle around them, and his older brother is going to confront Voldemort and have it out with him because his brother's more powerful than him. Well, then Voldemort teaches him a lesson, and but the brother kills his own brother. He's like, "Get out of here, you weakling!" and burns him like immediately. Like I got some brothers and
Yeah.
sisters. It's gotten serious between us before. Never
Never that
torched
serious.
anybody.
Yeah.
Never got that serious. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, it can feel like that
'Cause-
sometimes,
yeah.
but he turns his little brother into a zombie. Voldemort turns his little brother into a zombie, and he's like, what does he say? It hurts, or he's like yelling, it hurts, or it burns, or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know. Just some of that dialogue just seemed a little. I found myself kind of
Hokey.
giggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little hokey. I was like, I found myself laughing at some of
Seemed very kind of cheesy.
yeah, a little
Like
bit. Like
like
she's like
overly done.
we're just like kind of weird because Misha's they're doing that whole power like check on the big crystal thing that they put the hand on,
Yeah.
and checks hers, and she's like, oh, very powerful, whatever. And then she walks up to him and she goes, you're stronger than I am, aren't you? And I'm like, who asked that
But
question?
yeah.
And duh, like
Duh.
there's just
Of
some
course.
like there's just some I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it
Uh,
because it just seems a little simple, like somebody in high school wrote the dialogue. Ah, that sounds
yeah.
mean. It sounds mean. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. You know what? Cut it out, Joe Angel. Future Joe Angel,
Cut it.
cut it out. All right. What do you got to say about this?
Cut.
You can give me some facts, or you can also give me some feelings, because I don't know if you've ever seen this before.
All
Ah,
right. Well, we'll start with the facts first. And so
okay.
this, just like all these other ones, started off as a light novel. And it was created by Shu, SHU, in April of 2017, and they started posting it on the novel website, Shoshiketsuka ni Naro. So, same as all the other ones we've been watching and going over, this is in that same website, light novels type stuff. And it was
Let me
acquired by, go for it.
let me stop you right there. because I want you to elaborate on
Right.
this for our listeners. We're talking we're talking about like a person, a group, a business, a publication that like they are issuing each chapter, or it's not the
Yeah.
full
So it's like
novel.
it is a website. Just think of like a it's basically what uh like Tumblr was, Twitter, Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Like it's
Uh,
a posting site, a hosting site
mhm.
where people can publish like their stories that they're writing, and they could
Uh,
do it chapter by chapter.
yeah, as they go. Okay, okay. So like
Yeah.
I I'm not this old, but back in the day, Charles Dickens. Okay, I didn't know him personally. I didn't know him personally.
He said,
He said so. Charles Dickens. They had a newspaper. There back in the day, newspapers were a thing. You know, like you got it delivered
yeah,
to your house. Well, he had a little column that he had a little story that they would put into the newspaper, and and there were people would read it, and if it was well received, then the column will say, well, we'll continue to write this story, and so he would continue to write the story and publish it in the newspaper. And so that's what I kind of imagine this, but I'm just like thinking,
yeah,
is there anything like that exists now? Like in, well, not now because it's happening in Japan, but is there anything like that in
yeah.
America? Is that because I don't see much about like maybe I just don't follow enough writers, but maybe
Uh,
are there writers?
I think I know there's some. All right, throw this out there about myself. There is
Hmm.
like fan fiction stuff.
Okay.
Uh, I know there's a site. It's like a fan fiction site where people, write their
Well,
stuff fan fiction. And it's kind of like how this is. It's chapter by chapter.
yeah, and I
Uh,
guess what could you like subscribe to? I guess if you were like to subscribe to someone who you like their writing, and then you could kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
put it
You kind
behind
of
it.
like you could follow them and like you could like put them in your favorite authors list and stuff. Because there's a
Okay.
couple that I found that were like Harry Potter based.
Okay.
Some of them that were really good because it was just like, oh, that's a pretty cool way to like take this
Well,
story.
yeah, yeah, I
Uh,
could imagine like Star Wars. Star Wars the same way they had
yeah. So
the first ones are written, but then they write all the fan fiction in between it. So,
yeah, all the shows, all the comics, the novels. Same thing with like Halo, the video game. Like there's
hmm.
novels based on that too. Um, but yeah,
Okay,
so as far as I know, there is like there's some sites you just gotta probably go look for them.
yeah, I guess I'm just not looking for them. Like my YouTube algorithm is just about like cooking and boring stuff,
Cooking,
Excel
uh,
spreadsheets.
what to do if this hurts, medical practices.
Hey, you're you're making jokes. I learned how to do some stretches, some exercise. You're looking at my algorithm. Are you getting, that's probably what it is. You're seeing my algorithm
See,
from the reels and you're like, why is someone
yeah.
suggesting how to stretch your hamstrings or yeah. All right. Anyway, go on. I'm sorry.
All right, all right. So it got acquired by ASCI Media Works, and they published the actual first physical novel under their Dangeki Bunko imprint in March of 2018. So it got picked up by a physical publisher and pushed it out in March of 2018. So they have right now, I believe it is up to 16 volumes right now that have been physically published, and it has illustration by the artist Yoshiru Shimizu. And then there's also got picked up as a manga as well. And so that was had art by Kaya Hakata, and that was serialized in Square Enix manga upsite. And that came from July of 2018 till July of 2021. So it had a total of 4 volumes uh, that were created and illustrated. But As far as the manga, the light novel is still ongoing right now. The author still pushes stuff out, but the
Hmm.
manga has been, uh, I guess, canceled or indefinite hiatus because the artist that was doing the manga, fortunately passed away
Oh wow.
in 2021. And so instead of
Yikes.
getting another artist, they decided to kind of cancel it and just leave it as is as far as the manga goes.
Is it did you look up any, I mean, once again, we know
Yeah.
because they've about how much they've done of it, but it's I'm guessing it's pretty well received. Like people, how well known would this be if I were to say this to somebody like, oh, the Misfit of the Demon King full title ellipses. Like, do people know about this one, or did you have to dig this one up to find it?
Not really. I've like seen some stuff about it because it
Okay.
does have two seasons. The anime
Mm-hmm.
does, and so going to that, it got animated in all these notes. So it got picked up and animated by Studio Silverlink, and it's directed by Masafuri Tamara. And so it all started. So it got picked up in 2020 and was supposed to be released in April of 2020, but we all know what happened then. So it got
I was
pushed
there.
to July of 2020. So not that long of a delay, but a delay, of course. But they released it in July 2020, and like I said, it has two seasons right now with 37 episodes total. So like it's got the English and the sub. It's got two seasons. Light novel still ongoing, so I'm pretty sure it seems like it's doing pretty well. Like I said, I've seen some stuff about it. Haven't seen anything bad like I did with Fruit of Evolution. Uh,
Well, I
so
wondered
it
though,
does seem like it's doing good. Yeah,
like I just maybe if I continue, because I just don't know. Have you watched any more of this? Because I'm just trying to imagine
yeah. I
what.
started like second episode. Like I said, it like even for me too, it seemed kind of like too cheesy, too like all right. It seems like instead of like him building up and unlocking his powers,
Yeah.
it seemed like he already has all his powers already. So
Which I'm
it's
okay.
like,
I think I'm okay with. I just don't
yeah,
know what the only. I don't see where our issue is. Like, we have to have some sort of like stakes or some sort of
yeah, reasoning.
yeah, heal to like
Yeah,
to overcome, or like, like, does he lose his
yeah,
power? Is he gonna? There's nobody. It doesn't seem like there's gonna be somebody he's gonna have to come up against, or maybe he falls in love with Misha. I don't know where this show goes for me to be, because as of now I'm like,
yeah.
what's the big deal? Like, what's the big deal? Okay, he's the Demon King,
I mean,
and
yeah,
now he's failing
I
classes. That he's failing a class.
yeah,
That's what we got. It's like he doesn't have good grades. Like, that's what we got. Like,
no good grades.
he's
Yeah,
he's labeled as the misfit. Like he has
yeah,
to prove to himself, prove to everybody that he is
yeah.
the Demon King. But I'm
The
like,
demon.
I can't buy it. I won't buy that the
Yeah,
teachers, because at the very end they're like, oh no, you are labeled as a misfit here in school, and it's
yeah.
like, who cares? Like, the guy is all powerful, like, right?
Yeah, you
Unless they're
saw what he did to this kid.
d- is anybody else more powerful than this guy? Like, I'm
Yeah.
it's yet to be seen, but maybe there is. I don't know.
I mean, that's what it does seem like. Like it's like him having to prove he is who he is because it is like you said. It's 2,000 years have passed. His apparently his descendants have like tethered off as far as like power, I guess, and what he
Hmm.
thought how everything was gonna be. And so it seems like it's gonna be him having to prove who he is and also like reestablish his vision almost of what he wanted to create.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's That's it seems like that's where it has yeah, where it would have to go. But
Well, we can go into Gawk Talk to further
let's go.
figure out what this is.
Uh, he is straight roasting folks, like both literally and like
Figuratively and literally.
figuratively and literally roasting folks. Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Oh, I did write down I love this song. I guess there was a song at the end of the intro. I mean the outro was pretty good. Oh, wait, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, never mind. Mm,
yeah, because we really don't get an intro. We just get the exposition.
I also loved real quick before there was a part where when he fights the guy's older brother, like the older brother was just like so like sure of himself, and he does this thing where he's like, well, check this out. And then he does something and it does nothing. He goes, well, I wasn't even trying. What about this? And then he does something else. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay, how about this power? And I was holding back at that
Right.
time.
Ancient
And
magic time. I got this ancient spell only
it,
our family can use.
yeah,
Nothing.
yeah. It was like nothing, 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 nothing. And I'm like, is nobody recording this? Get your iPhones
Yeah.
out. We're all in
Warsaw,
trouble,
where
you know?
you at?
Yeah, you put this man on World Star,
Warsaw.
okay? He's out here roasting
which
folks.
which I do like the aspect of like magic that they're like implementing. Because
Hmm.
that spell was something that Voldemort created, and he's telling them like, "Oh, hey,
Oh yeah.
y'all." So that spell still is in the family, but you're not using it correctly. Plus, it doesn't. It's a spell that doesn't hurt the original creator, and guess what? I'm the original creator.
See, okay, okay. Let's as we're in Guac Talk. This is the strongest point for the show itself. Once again, conceptually, if I were to tell you that I wrote a story about a guy who was the Demon King, who was all powerful, burned everything down, and reestablished the world, and the world, lives in peace now, and then he comes back and is trying to like reestablish himself. He has a whole like he's reincarnated and he has a family, he has descendants. That whole the idea of all of that is very it's very rich. It leads to like an interest. It's an interesting concept. It just has so much more uh depth to the whole to an idea. It's just such a deep idea for
Yeah,
like all of this, and you can establish in a whole new like way of thinking that magic exists, that this academy exists, that there are descendants and they're all very powerful, and like what is their roles together and what the world looks like now, and him having to like prove himself that he is Damon King. All of that is very like rich in idea, rich in like, as an intellectual property. It just seems like, yes, we've got an original, like interesting idea.
yeah.
But then I get myself into the first episode and I kind of feel, I don't know.
The execution's not there.
Yeah, it's just not there for me. It's just, I feel like I'm not intrigued, or I don't find like I don't find Misha to be very interesting. I don't
She is
find
pretty like bland and
right.
plain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just like they everybody feels a little flat as a character.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because she
Like,
really doesn't say much, but some of the stuff she does say, like even when she going back to where they're doing the power test,
hmm
she has like a power. I wrote it down of like 100,246,
uh-huh.
and Voldemort's power was 0, but he ended up breaking the crystal
Yeah.
because it was he was so OP, and like she picked up on that like, oh, I've never seen anybody who's powerful enough to do that.
hmm
And so and he talks about it to you. Can't remember what he says, but it almost alludes to the fact that like she can like sense people's power levels.
Yeah.
Like she could kind of like tell how powerful people are just by looking at them. And so it does seem like she has like some capabilities, but they really don't give her like any kind of like dialogue. She's just there.
Hmm. Yeah, and I get it. I mean, the show is called The Demon King, and it's about him, not her. But if you want me to continue to invest, or you want me to have a full like it build a little bit around some other things like that,
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of seems a little lackluster in the rest of the story. I kind of found myself kind of drifting a little bit.
Yeah.
Like if I need to pay attention to this
Yeah.
really,
Yeah, you need to watch this part. Is this relevant? Is it
yeah,
gonna
is
come
this
back at all?
like yeah, I don't know. Or like maybe or is this going to be one of those where it's like, oh, you wait till the 50th episode and you are in it, dude. You just need
And then you're in it.
2 full days. 20 give this show 24 hours and you are
It's 24 hours
give yourself
in it.
24 hours on this and you are going to be loving it. I don't know. Did you look up any reviews on any of this? Did you see if there were like people see any comments of people how people like
Mm,
if people actually love this show or it's very anime for me. I don't know. I still don't know what that means for me, but it's a
it's
little,
got the typical
like
stuff,
it's
you
got the
know.
typical stuff, like I like the way it's drawn. I like
I
the
mean, yeah.
like when he like blasts the guy and he like explodes and like I like there are some things to like about it, like the way it looks, and didn't I like the some of the music, but yeah, it just kind of felt like I was just like they were just rushing through it real fast. I don't know. I
It's
don't know
got
what
like
to
4.5, 4.6 on
out
Crunchyroll
of 5.
out of 5. So like I don't know how how telling Crunchyroll's ratings are and how much salt you have to take with that, but it seems like
Yeah.
it gets a good review. I mean, it's got high stars, so
But like maybe we talk about this. Anime's for everybody,
yeah,
and maybe
yeah,
this is just not for us.
for us, yeah.
Mortals. Maybe this maybe we're not descendants, Joe Angel.
Ooh, that's what it
Oh yeah.
is.
Yeah, this is
We're
a
not the family. Yeah,
we're not in the family, dude.
we're not
This
in the group chat.
I ain't in that top 8. I'm not in that top 8.
Yeah.
I think that's about I mean, do you have
Uh,
anything else about this? Do you want to like feel
I
I
I
mean,
mean,
did I
like
cover everything?
pretty much, like I said, it kind of seems pretty fast paced. I mean, they're going through it. It doesn't really seem like there's any real setup. It almost
Yeah.
seems more. It seems more like a slice of life, honestly, because it doesn't seem like there's any real like enemy or battles. With the way it looks, it feels like it should be more isekai, more action packed and stuff. But it
Mm-hmm.
feels more like slice of life ish than anything.
Yeah, which will be fine. Maybe like he does
Yeah,
he and Misha. Misha is like
yeah,
I'm into you and he's like I'm into you too, but also I'm 2000 years old
yeah,
and maybe
yeah.
it's
Because like I
Twilight.
mean, so the things I look, it says it's like adventure, fantasy, bit of romance, but I don't know. I don't feel the adventure part. I don't know if that's gonna come on later in this series. But
Hmm.
like as from going to first off, like it, I it didn't get what I expected I was gonna get. Like I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be like a setup. All right, we got something in the background that's gonna get built up, get people caught on. It seems just more like, hey, there's this demon king. He's reincarnated. He's OP, and he's just in school. All right, cool.
Yeah, everybody else is just like We didn't meet anybody else. There aren't any other friends. This man can't have
Just
friends.
can't have them.
You can't have them. I don't want to be a friend with somebody like this. Like, too powerful, too handsome, too
Too rizzy.
too too rizzy. I mean, like, he's meant to walk this world by himself. And I ain't watching it. Go ahead. Here we go. There it is.
Here we go. All right.
Say from
One,
1 to 5
resurrection spells. How many are you
resurrection
casting?
spells. How many times am I gonna explode somebody and bring them back to life, and then explode them again and bring them back to life? What if you accidentally do that, by the way? You know what I'm saying? I like walk. When I walk, I snap a lot. I'm just
Yeah,
snapping, you know? What if right
just
now
snapping.
there are people who are just exploding?
Well, that was thing too. When he explained that, because the spell was called the Ignal spell,
Hmm.
which was
Hmm.
it was like resurrection magic. But he was saying like he can use it, but it has to be within 3 seconds, I think, of
Uh-huh. Yeah.
the kill. Because
Yeah.
she tried to make a joke about like calling it the 3 second rule, which didn't feel flat.
Uh-huh.
And so it seems like, oh yeah, it's a use. It doesn't seem that useful of a spell if you have to do it within 3 seconds.
Yeah, right? Like, why would you, unless you accidentally did it, you're like, oh, my bad, I didn't
Yeah,
mean to kill you. Here you are, back to
here you
life again. Like, what,
are.
what would the purpose would be to teach somebody a lesson, I guess? Don't,
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
I don't get it. I don't get it. 1 to 5, Joe and Jewel. I'm giving this, I'll give it a 2. Probably the lowest score. I'd probably watch I'd probably watch Lucky Star over this, honestly. Which which is no
It's
knock to
saying a
Lucky Star.
lot.
Lucky Star is good. Lucky Star is good, dude. I mean, go back and watch it.
Lucky Star is anime.
It is. It is. And you know what? There are characters. There's comedy. I mean, like,
There's pink, purple, blue hairs.
I mean, they
Got
have
it all.
they have stuff. They have stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this one just does not do it for me, man. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. Maybe I give it a 2 that, like, I like the way it was drawn. I like the concept. Conceptually, it's interesting. Um, and I don't want I leave some room for maybe if I watch like 10 or 12 more episodes, it's like, oh, okay, I get it now.
I
But I
get
don't think I'm gonna give, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna give it the 10 or 12 episodes it needs.
it.
It ain't for me.
Ain't for you. I'm right there. I'm mad about it to you as well because,
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah,
it seems like it didn't deliver what it seemed like it was going to be about.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm with you.
and
Hmm.
the animation wasn't bad. Like, yeah, it was good. Like, there was nothing
Yeah,
really sketchy or anything about it. Everything seemed fine. Spells looked
crisp,
cool.
clean.
The
Yeah,
Yeah, it was just trying to execute.
yeah, yeah. And it's just not for us.
It's just not for us, guys, but maybe it is for you. And if it is for you, let us know down in those comments, guys. And while you're there, let us know how much you love this podcast by giving us 5 stars, guys. And where you can give us 5 stars, you can go to Spotify, you can go to YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to us, or you can go to our website, anime-me.com, where you can find a list of all of our episodes, along with all the links to our socials, to our podcast platforms, and where you can buy your own Anime Me Pod shirt, guys. And uh, here's the thing: is TikTok going away? Is that is it going to go away next year? Is that a for sure
You
thing?
know,
I keep hearing
I
stuff
don't know.
about it, but it's still
I
there.
you I know, right? I don't know. I don't know. I've seen a lot of things about it and hanging on.
Hanging
I
on,
mean, we
hanging
lost
on.
we lost our other 6 second video thing. Vine was the thing, and
Yeah,
now
with
it's gone. So
Vine,
I mean,
yeah.
if that can leave, then TikTok can leave too. So
Either way, if it's leaving, we're not leaving. We're still gonna be here, guys, and we'll be
we
here waiting for you. We out here doing it, and be on the lookout next week. Uh, is going to be the Christmas week, guys. So we're getting there. We're gonna have our Christmas special. Got it working on it, getting it done.
A
Be on the
special
lookout for that,
gift.
guys. A special gift for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, and with that, I have been Jojo with the co-host Sal, and we will see you on the next one. Liz.
Peace.
これはアニメミーでした。これから帰国の旅を始めます。ご清聴ありがとうございました。
They
right now.
right now, look, this is me not thinking about it, but
Not
people
thinking
need to
about
see
it.
our. It's like so if you are hard of hearing or hearing impaired, they need to see
Okay.
your mouth moving.
Leave the
So
lips.
yeah,
They can't
yeah,
read the
yeah,
captions.
yeah. Oh, wait, there you go. There's captions. Are
I
there
think YouTube
captions?
does I think YouTube can do captions, and I think
Oh
Spotify can.
gosh,
I know if there's caption options on YouTube where YouTube will do its own captions.
I'm afraid to see what it would say. Like they're gonna be
Everything
they're
out
gonna
of
be just as
context.
bad.
It'll
Yeah, they're gonna
be
be
just like the dubbed animes. They
yeah,
won't
yeah,
match the subtitles.
yeah. Yeah. They can't understand a word that we're saying.
A
They don't
word
understand the words that are coming out of our mouths.
coming out of my mouth.
Uh,
Goodness, sir.
what the heck is going on with my hair, Joe Angel? I can't fix it, dude. Where's my
It's the
hat?
humidity, man. It's the humidity.
Ooh. Yeah, here we go. Look, I found a hat. I found a hat.
Boom, found the hat. Got it.
Fixed. Okay, yeah.
Fixed it. You sick too, dog? Because I am going through it.
Dude, man, this past week I was like, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it in my voice, but I have got the allergies. I had the allergies like bad,
Yeah.
like I felt like I thought I had vertigo and I thought I had the flu. I had a
Yeah.
pounding headache the next day. It was, dude, it's just, hey, it's just allergies in Texas, baby. I mean, like
Trees in Texas. Tell you, man.
the trees, the
I
trees
felt
don't want us here.
They don't want us. It's the knowing. It's happening.
It's
That's what's
the
happening.
happening. It's the happening. The trees. It's the trees
Was
are
it the
trying to kill
happening or
us.
the knowing? What's the knowing? The knowing is some other movie, isn't it?
The knowing is Nicolas Cage trying to avoid tax evasion. Wait, no. He took the movie
Declaration of
because he was trying
Independence has a second map on it.
that's just Nicolas Cage saying yes to anything and everything because he has to. So
Yeah.
that's all I
Hey,
remember.
you saw
No,
they leaked the pictures of him as Superman. You almost had it.
oh my dude, that
Yeah.
would
Hilarious.
have been not good. It would have been not good.
Yeah.
I love Nicolas
It-
Cage like with everything I have. Like I love even his terrible roles or dumb things that he does. I
yeah.
love all of it. But like him as Superman would have been ridiculous. Have you seen you've seen Nicolas Cage movies. You like Nicolas Cage movies?
Yeah.
Okay, so have you seen
There's
The
like I
Unbearable
said,
Weight
it's the
of
whole
Massive Talent? The Unbearable Weight of Massive
I
Talent. Have you ever seen it?
haven't seen that one.
Joe Angel, stop. You know what? Let's
No.
not record today. Don't record today. Go find the movie. I want you to, in place of this podcast, go
Go watch
find the
that
movie
movie.
and watch it. Forget this podcast, dude. That's a priority. This is important. Cancel everything you got else to do and go watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I can't sell it on. That's like it's one of the only movies I've ever purchased. Like how we talk about like we out here bootlegging, right? We out here bootlegging
Bootlegging,
that
yeah.
movie. Couldn't stream it anywhere.
You
I
actually
bought
bought
it.
that from the store.
I bought it from a store. It was in a box. It had pictures on it. A hard copy of it. Go get
Hard
you a hard
copy.
copy of
That's what you need.
it.
Oh man, but yeah, I felt it. I was sneezing like crazy Monday. Tuesday
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
alright. Tuesday I
Mine was
kind of
this
felt
week
like
too.
iffy.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday I was like more so iffy because it was getting colder. Thursday I knew I was gonna get sick because I don't I don't know how observant you are about your body when it's sick, but I know like I was going to get sick because the way my mouth felt the inside, because it felt like how you know how your mouth goes numb and stuff from like when you eat something really hot or you burn it, like it
Uh-huh,
has
uh-huh.
like that numbing feeling. I felt my
Uh-huh.
mouth getting that way, and I was all like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to get sick." Like I was like,
That
"Oh yeah, it's
is
hitting right now."
yeah, no, yeah, actually you're right. Like, cause not you say that, I know it whenever I
Mm,
feel a little bit, if I feel a little bit in the throat, I can feel it like kind of.
yeah,
I go, my throat's a little, and then I'm like, yeah, that's it. There's
that's it.
no stopping this train. It's gonna be slow though. It's
Yeah,
like,
like there's
nah,
it's that one, it's that tipping point where like if it reaches, it's going.
yeah,
Can't
yeah,
stop.
I'm done. I'm done for. I can't stop. It probably might not be tomorrow. It might not be the day of. For me, it took 3 days. I had this sore throat, and it got worse and worse. And then like by Monday and Tuesday, it's jacked up,
God,
dude. Gone, dog,
God,
dog, gone, dog.
God, God, dog. All right, well let's get
Hey,
into this then.
I was thinking. By the way, I was thinking if
Yeah,
maybe I should like sit like this, and if I sit like this and look that way, and you sat the other, if you look the other way, like past me this way, yeah, like that. See, like this, and then it looks
like
like
this,
you and I, we're like we're looking
talking,
at
looking
each
at each other,
other,
talking.
like we're in the same room. Would that is that a? It might not be a bad
We can
trick.
try
Like,
it.
say I get me a little I make my background look like your background. Like I put a little poster up in the
Yeah,
background, and or
just
or
kind of
even if you
snapshot.
just you took a picture of the background, and then I get a poster and print it
Just
behind me, and then I look this way. I was like, oh yeah,
just
Sal and Joey.
green screen it.
Yeah, yeah. Like, oh, they're of course they're in the same room. Like that'd be
They're in the
crazy
same
if
room. Yeah.
they. Anyways, just a thought. Just a thought.
It's that. All right.